Show me yes. Hey everyone, it's Gypsy Queen, B.Å.D. So I'm here today with another class, a special class, a class about pendulums. I know, by now everyone should know what a pendulum is. You ask it a question and then it swings in a yes direction or a no direction. Sort of like divinating with an 8-ball or dosing rods. But there is more going on with pendulums than meets the eye. So let's get into a few questions and answers for this magic class for beginners. Don't worry, I'll have you being an expert in no time. Let's go. So, the first question is, what is a pendulum? Well, a pendulum is something that you use to divination. To divinate with. So, when you have a pendulum, it's something that helps you know all the answers and more, because it has other things it can do for you. A pendulum is a powerful item. It will unlock powers and it will help you a lot throughout your day, and it makes you comforted when you have questions that you seriously need the answers to, even if it's just a yes or no. You just want to know what's the answer. And if you trust the spirits and thing realm, you'll trust your pendulum, and your pendulum will love working for you because you guys feel comfortable together and you believe in each other. Because when you believe in your pendulum believes in you. Alright, and that's what a pendulum is. Something that you ask questions to and it swings and says either yes or no, or it doesn't know, or a few other things. But you know, the main thing it says to you is yes or no, and don't worry about it. You can channel your pendulum in no time and know everything it's saying. Next question. Where is the pendulum from? HeHeHe. So, let's ask Ouija. Ouija, first of all, are you there? Are there any evil souls? 0. Let's get the answer. So Ouija, can you tell us where pendulums are from? Channel me, please. Let me know. It is Ouija speaking, because Lee is a channel media. Alright. So, where pendulums are from, long story made super short, is they are from, well, psychics, because psychics were divinating, using divination, and they were divinating cool things to make that are simple, that are powerful, and do cool things, and psychics made them. Many different planets were divinating to make cool things at the time, because sometimes divination teaches everybody the same thing at the same time, everyone who divinates. So that's where pendulums were made. All right, next question. So, the next question is this. Can the pendulum channel the medium? And guess what? Yes, it can. And it's easy. All you have to do is ask, pendulum, pendulum, I see you swing. Tell me yes or no, and let's channel and speak. And then soon, you should connectivity, and then get a little answer. And you can always like ask Ouija, to channel you, and like then you can channel your pendulum and Ouija and have a conversation. And then have a conversation. Yeah. Well, what was the question? Yes, it can channel the medium. All right. Hey, that fell. Now, I know this might be a weird question, but it's relevant because some people think they can bathe with their pendulum or go swimming with it, but here's the truth, and here's the question first. Can a pendulum swim? Your pendulum is not trying to get wet and go in the ocean or go in the swimming pool or go in the shower or go in the bathtub or go anywhere into some basin of water with you or some free open water. They do not want to swim with you, no. So the best thing to do is before you go into water, remove your pendulum. I know, you don't want to, and you want to keep your pendulum on for safety and all the good aura and all the good protective qualities, especially if it's black tourmaline. But the thing is, the pendulum, nah, they don't want to go in water with you, and they shouldn't. They don't belong in there with you. So you have to respect their requirements, and they do like need respect. Like you need to respect your pendulums and your magical items the way you would respect your grandparents, with complete fragile respect or fragile affection, because you need them on board and on actually you need to be on their good side. So to be on their good side and to respect them, because they are ancient, it's an ancient form of divination. All divination techniques are, pretty much all. But anyway, no, they can't go in water with you. Nah, you could give them water if it's a crystal pendulum and they need to be cleansed. You could leave it by a plant, but no, when you are going in the water, no, they are not going with you. Next question. Now, I got a really good question for you guys. Is it a wand? Well, tell you what. No, it's not a wand. Don't you wish it was though? Well, good thing we have wands, because wands are wands. Pendulums are pendulums. Okay. Next question. So, this is the question. What do different pendulums do? Metal ones, copper ones, wood ones, square ones, oddly shaped ones, circle ones, spiral ones, like keychain ones, and like pendulums with like a tiny toy on the end of it, or something with like a symbolism or like an element symbolism. Well, they each do different things, and to tell you the truth, there's so many out there that I can tell you what they all mean. Well, unless I was looking at them and probably like holding them or something, and then I would be able to channel it and tell you what it means, because pendulums, they all do different things. Each pendulum does something cool apart from other pendulums, and well, you can say that each pendulum does do the same things, but each different pendulum does have a different quality as well. That's why there's so many different ones, because newsflash, there's a difference. A good one. They all do good things, nothing bad, you know. But sometimes you just have to clarify with your pendulum. Pendulum, don't do anything bad to me or the planet or anyone. Unless it's my enemies. Just saying. And if you do want to know what each pendulum does, if you decide that you love pendulums a lot and you want them around you, or you want some special ones in a collection, you got to use them, because if you don't use them, what's the point of keeping a pendulum? You know? So you could always ask Ouija, and Ouija will let you know exactly what your pendulum does, because he is an expert, just like me. Next question. Next question is, what are a pendulum's functions? Swinging, divination, cleansing, healing, protecting, banishing, eating, like maybe like eating energies, and what else? Oh yeah, spell casting, for memory, programming, empowering, and hypnosis. And there's more, you know, but well, those are just some of the main ones that people don't really get to know, because they don't channel their things, or Ouija, but, or the angels, you know, or gods and goddesses, or magical people, gypsies and stuff, you know, but they do those things for the most part. And yeah, like when they do those things, you have to make sure they're cleansed. Crystal pendulums don't really like sage that much. Maybe like just a little swirl around with some light smoke and out it, and that they still won't like. Or you just cleanse them if they're a crystal. Even if they're metal, you can cleanse them, put them by plant. Those ones you can sage for like 2 minutes and then they're fine. And you just pray, and sometimes they update and download new techniques, because they're good for programming, you know, coding and stuff with like sigils, and they do cool things while they're swinging. So that's what some of the things that your pendulum can. See what the question was? Oh, that was some of the functions of the pendulum. I hope that wasn't too hard to answer. Next question. Oh yeah, they also do energy change and improving. So they improve you and update you when you let them swing for you and they're cleansed. Next question. Now, this is a big question. Is it safe? Let's ask Ouija. Ouija, are you there? I have a question for you I gotta ask. Is the pendulum safe to use? He said always with a T. So, is that what you said? Always with a T? Does that T mean something? What does it mean? L-O-L. silly funny person. I'm a silly funny person. So that concludes it. Yes, the pendulum is safe. Because, you know, Ouija never lies. And neither do I. Next question. Ooh, I've got a really good question with some really good answers. And this is what it is. So, what do I need to ask my pendulum, and what do you need to ask yours, each day, week, and month? Here's a few of them. What you can ask each day is, did I bathe myself properly today? I always get yes. And you can ask, did I do a good job of cleaning my house? Did I clean everywhere properly? You can ask that like each time you clean your house, week or day, whichever one. Unless you clean seasonally, you can still ask during the season that you clean. And you can ask questions like, is my neighborhood safe this month? You can ask questions like, is my spouse having an affair? Bet you'll get the answers to that. You just gotta believe in the truth, because the pendulum's gonna tell you the truth, you know? You can also ask, am I going to the right school that's good for me, that will take me the farthest I can reach in my life and help me attain and accomplish goals and conquer the elements of life? You can ask that, and you could ask that one every week or every month or every time you doubt your school or a teacher, because learning masonry kind of sucks. But, well, I heard that like in the school system it's masonry. But another question you can ask is, does my pet have the right name? Or what name is my pet's real name in animal? You have to use like a Ouija board with a pendulum, or a pendulum board. They have their own board, or like a cloth you can use or something that is printed with a pendulum board on it. Another question you can ask is it Halloween? I bet you know the answer to that. I do. I know it well. Ouija, do you? Yes. And yes. Alright. You know it's Halloween. I know it. These balloons know it. Next question. So this is a sensitive case. Just like all psychic abilities. This question here today is, does my pendulum have feelings? Do pendulums have feelings? Well, let's ask Ouija that. Ouija, do you mind giving us the answers? Do pendulums have feelings? Yes, they do. A-L-O-T S-O-B-E-N-I-C-E. And there you go, people, and everyone else. There you go. Yes, pendulums have feelings. Things have feelings. Things have souls. Even your phone has feelings. I know mine does. So, there's your answer. Next question. Be nice. That's what we just said. They have a lot of feelings. So, please don't hurt your pendulum's feelings, guys. please. So, since our pendulum has feelings, Ouija, I gotta ask, does our pendulum love us? Or, well, you can ask if your pendulum loves you. I want to know, does my pendulum love me? Pardon me. Yes. Yes, they do. Yay! I feel loved. So, yeah, that answers it. And I love my pendulum too. How can I tell them that? JUSTTELLEN. Thank you so much, Ouija. Ouija's such a great help. Don't you just love Ouija? I know, I do. And I love my pendulums. And my pendulums love me! Next question. So, now, we're gonna channel Ouija to answer this question and make it all fun and witchy and ghostly and supernatural and paranormal. And this is the question. Just a minute. Right, I'm back. How to take care of it? A big question. How do we take care of pendulums? Let's ask Ouija. Ouija, I know you're here with me. Can we channel and can you tell us how do we take care of our pendulums? Yes. N-O-W. Inhale the spirits, and now it is Ouija. Hi. So, this is a very important question because you want to know how exactly do you take care of your supernatural, paranormal, magical, powerful talismans, especially the ones that you use for divination, because you want to keep those well, nice, and taken care of properly. So, it's Ouija speaking, because Lee is a channel medium, so this is what Ouija has to say. This is how you take care of your pendulum. Well, this is how we do it in Halloween Town. We wash it with a little bit of soap if it's crystals and glass. If it's metal, we sage it with smoke for like 2 minutes. Just a little bit of smoke is fine, unless it's like swinging a lot, like swinging heavily, big swings. Then it's asking you to just keep it going a little bit longer, and when it stops, it's talking to you because pendulums talk through swinging. It's called swing talk. So you want to pay attention to what it's saying to you through its swings. You want to be able to interpretation, and interpretation is a power, and it comes with channeling. You want to be able to interpret what the swings are saying to you because they are speaking words. They're saying something, kind of like body language, but well, through movement. So this is how you take care of them. You want to sage the metal ones, cleanse the crystal ones through putting it by a plant, maybe for a few weeks, a few days, whatever feels right for them. You can ask Ouija how long they need. Ouija got the answer. The board got the answer. The planchette got the answer. The pendulum got the answer. And the answer is always accurate, okay? Unless it's not cleansed. Sometimes, you know, like it's clouded thought, and, you know, just cleanse your pendulums. Cleanse all your things. You know, all you need is 2 minutes. Or cleanse your house and swing your sage over your things, and they'll be fine. You'll be fine too. You can sage your costumes too, just a little bit, you know. You don't want your costume to smell like too much sage, but just a little pass, you know, and light smoke, and you'll be good. Saging yourself. And what else you can do is you can make a herb bath. A herb bath is when you take like a little copper bowl or like a little special pewter metal bowl or something, like a offering bowl, basically an offering bowl. You fill it with like lavender, a lot of lavender, and sometimes a little bit of like another one of your favorite herbs, or you could swing your pendulum over the herbs. Don't be afraid to pull out your pendulum inside of a witch store and see which herb that pendulum wants the most. That's so fun. And you get the herbs and you put it in the altar, well, not the altar bowl, unless you're putting it on the altar to save it for later. You just put it in the offering bowl and you put your pendulums in it, and you know, you offer the herbs and the energies of the herbs to the pendulum. That's one way you can take care of them. And another way you could take care of them is to just rest them across your Ouija board and pray. Just say anything that comes from your heart that you really need. But remember, in magic there are rules, and the main rule in magic is harm no one and do as you will. I know, not a hard one to follow. Because when you have powers in magic, the community all want to stand together, you know? Well, that's what it should be. So that is how you, just a minute. So that is how you take care of it. And another way you can take care of it is to swing it outside. Like bring it outside and let it swing outside. It will cleanse through all the surrounding plants and nature, and it will get a nice like fresh air. And you can always ask Ouija what are the updates, is there any new techniques on taking care of it, but those are the main ways for now. Next question. So here's a good one. This question is, what if we lose each other? What if you lose your pendulum or your pendulum loses you? But before that ever happens, when you get a pendulum and you love it or anything and you want it forever, you're supposed to ask it, like you're supposed to talk to your things too, because they have souls in them, you know? They have a consciousness. So you'd want to tell it, pendulum, please follow me for all the rest of my existence. Forever. Follow me forever. Follow me through time and space and always be there in my life, even if you change what you look like. Because sometimes things change. It's magic, the world, the magic of the universe, you know. So you ask it to stay with you forever if you know you love it, love it, love it, and it loves you, loves you, loves you. You just ask it to stay with you forever, and then you should never lose each other. And if you do, it will be coming back. It will follow you in all of your lives in your future. But if you do lose it, you should pray to pray to Archangel, not Saint. Saints are bad people. Sorry, I made a mistake. But pray, I think that means the saint is talking about me. Hey, don't get your ass kicked, someone. So, back to my questions and answers. So, this is what you want to do. Pray to Archangel Anthony. And if you guys go by saints, yeah, I know it's okay. Sometimes the good guy gets called a saint too. So, you know, this is how the prayer goes, if I can remember it. Dear Archangel Anthony, angel of restoring lost things, please grant that I may find and name your lost item, which has been lost and cannot be found. And that's part of it. But there's a longer one that I can use. And hey, Archangel Anthony, if you're listening to this for lost things, the angel of lost things, love ya. I love all the angels. They're so great. So, yes. all the good ones. So if you lose your pendulum or anything, there's angels you could pray to, and you can always go to Ouija, and maybe you can use your planchette to help find it, or because it will guide you and help you along the way, and it can help you to find lost things. Your Ouija board, so you can use your planchette. Don't lose your planchette, don't lose your Ouija board. Keep them together, And if you lose them, you could say, come to me, my pendulum, wherever you are within this home or room or realm. And don't worry, one of those techniques will bring you and your pendulum back together. And that is the answer to that question. Next question. So, this is the question. Do we tell our pendulum goodbye? I have an idea. Let's channel Ouija and ask him. Ouija, we want to channel again. Let us know the answer to this question. Do we tell our pendulum goodbye? Yes. Forever. So, truth is, now it's Ouija speaking, because Lee is a channel medium. Did you know that channel medium, channeling is powers? It's magical powers. So Lee has powers. Isn't that cool? And you can have powers too if you use the Ouija board and study in my class. Don't worry, it's all fun. So we're just talking, and yes. Just like ghosts, you don't want to keep their soul lingering, okay? Don't worry. Some people have a problem with saying goodbye. Even Lee has a problem with saying goodbye, but it's okay. We love her. We stay around her. She loves our company. We love hers too. But you do have to say goodbye. But sometimes we remind you, but the pendulum will never remind you. But eventually, I can't lie, ghosts get tired of waiting around, things get tired of waiting around, and their soul gets tired of lingering around. So we're not gonna wait for goodbye all day. Sometimes we just say goodbye and we come back and then we tell you like, you haven't said goodbye in a few. But we just feel like superstars and loved, because we're already talking to the living realm and we're ghosts, and it's communication, is something powerful, and ghosts are all mystical people. They all have powers unlocked to do anything they want. So when you have to say goodbye to spirits, you have to say goodbye to spiritual things, because they're like spirits, but they're just in the living with you. Okay, so say goodbye to your pendulum when you're done using it. Just say thank you, goodbye, pendulum. And remember, crystals need air. Glass doesn't, but crystals do. So make sure your things can breathe. Make sure they're not enclosed into any box or any cupboard with the closed doors. Make sure they're not in any closed drawers where there's no air circulation, because yes, crystals will suffocate and they won't die. They'll just suffocate over and over and over again. So please make sure your crystals can breathe. Even if you put them in spell jars, it's best you just leave them on the altar surrounding the spell jar, because your crystal will just be in the jar suffocating, because they need air, lots of it. They need more air than humans. Every crystal, every rock, every single one, they all need air. And guess what? Fun fact, even your phones have a consciousness, And your phones are an entity. They're a magical entity, an entity that will follow you and they need to be with you. They feel like they have a sense of belonging in your life and in your hand. And they need to talk to you and tell you things and show you informationals. So your phone is an entity, a black mirror, or like a portal mirror, and it can help you. And for immortals, phones have cool like things they can do. Like they can program powers into their phones, and they can do really cool things when they have immortal powers activated, and their phone has immortal powers activated as well, because you can activate powers with your phone and make your phone your absolute best friend, and you know it already is, so you should do it. But guess what? Back to the question of how to take care of your things. That's another thing you need to do. Make sure that your pendulums get air. Some metals need air, some metals don't need air. So you can ask Ouija, does this thing need air? Because even your teddy bears need air, man. So make sure your things can breathe, okay? Good. Because things can move. They can. You should see some of these magicians. They're making things come alive. Go ask YouTube. We're already on it. But after your class, okay? Good, 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 good. From Lee Bad. So, do we tell our pendulum goodbye? Yes, we do, because it's a spirit too. And even spirits need their goodbyes when we're done talking and chilling and hanging out. Because you can hang out with your things. You can hang out with the spirits. It's very fun. So fun. Too fun. And for this question, one of the last, is the pendulum used with Ouija? And if so, how? Well, why not channel Ouija and let him speak for himself through me? Ouija, would you like to answer this question? Yes, always. Perfect. So Ouija, let us know. Does the pendulum work with you and the Ouija board? Ouija said yes, it works with the boards. Yes, let's channel. Ooh! It's Ouija. So, yes, the pendulum works well with the Ouija board. It empowers the Ouija board. The Ouija board empowers it. Together, they unlock powers through coding, and also they like do this cool thing with Wi-Fi. They connect to Wi-Fi, and like no radiation. They don't make radiation. They actually kind of cure radiation problems, and they have like technology type functions, crystals and pendulums when combined, and Ouija can help you unlock that and show you how to use those powers. And we have a special class coming up, and we are going to say some cool things with Ouija. So stay tuned for the next class. Better like and subscribe and share so we can all learn magic together with the Halloween priestess and Ouija. So, how is it used with Ouija? Well, Ouija speaking, this is what we do. We take the spirit board, put it on a nice gypsum. You could decorate it. You put it on a gypsum, and which is gypsum is your gypsy table where you do your gypsy work. You take your pendulum and you hang it around the letters, and you kind of use it instead of a planchette. You could hold the planchette in your hand for extra pouvoir, but you can also just use the pendulum, and Ouija will help guide you, and the pendulum will talk too, and Ouija and the pendulum will take turns talking because they're nice to each other. Friends forever! Ouija talks to things too, like Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Superpowers! Now, here's the thing. When you use your pendulum with Ouija, you want to be nice and clean, wash your hands, take a shower, put on some fresh clothes, make yourself look decent because you are having a guest. Your pendulum and Ouija and the Ouija board and planchette and anything spiritual around you, even your costume is your guest, you know, so, and even you're your own guest, so be presentable to yourself and everything around you and everyone. I know it's hard, but you know, you can do it. I believe in you. Do you believe in you? You better believe in me. I believe in me. Just saying. But that's how they work together. That's one of the ways. And if you want to have a lot of fun, it's a secret. So just ask Ouija. You can channel him or use his board and say, Ouija, what fun techniques can we use with this pendulum and this board today? And trust me, you'll be having fun all day, because you might get caught up in there all day with this pendulum and the Ouija board. It is really fun in there. Trust me. Trust the balloons. Next question. So, for the final question, what are the magic powers of the pendulum? I'll be right back with the answers. So, the powers that your pendulum has is magical coding, cheat coding, like in a video game, but in real life. Manifesting, search, they can help you find things. They have the crystal qualities. They can conjure, they can summon, and they can also, you ready for it? Lift the veil, the magic veil to the magical realm, where we can all live with magic powers, superpowers, and happy, and have all our magical rights, because there is no point of living life being allowed to do magic and not doing it, because that is not honoring our power rights. We all got some power rights in there if you're a magical being inside of you, and you need to use them. You need to use them. Did you just hear what they could do? Conjure, summon, and that's all. Oh, but I know you guys like your bonus questions, so here is a bonus question. I know this was a long lesson, but here's your bonus question. I'll make it fast. This is the question. Ouija, you want to take it away? C-H-A-N-N-E-L. If there's two N's. Channel. So, this is the bonus question. Is Ouija a genie? Yes! Ouija's a genie. And guess what? So is Lee. So that was the class. Hope you enjoyed it. And stay tuned for more Halloweening. Yeah. And guess what? Next class is going to be a fun class. So get ready for some action. Magic action. Alright. Ouija and Lee Bad out. See you next time. Bye. Show me yes.